Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. Stay with us because we have got an epic show lined up for you. This will go out live on X now, so if you're seeing it on X, you can comment over on X, or you can come over the links there. You can come over to YouTube, where we get a lot of regular Evertonians that you can chat to throughout the show in the comments. It's also live on the new Facebook as well. We have got an opposition fan on. It's been a while, so we've got an opposition fan on to give you that head-to-head the night before the big game, and we had to with this opposition fan because we always get them on. They are decent, and we couldn't not. Paul, how are we doing? You okay?
Is that for me, Dan? I didn't even hear you then.
Can you hear me okay? Yeah? How are we doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good, buddy. I'm all good. Just about, yeah. No, all good. Looking forward to tomorrow. And always feel like singing the blues when something happens and then something else happens. So, yeah, not a bad Saturday night and looking forward to the game tomorrow.
It's a big game, this one, isn't it? Right, people, we're not going to wait for this. We are going to get the opposition fan guest on straight away. Is my audio working okay, Paul? You always never know how you sounding going out.
Yeah, you're all right, mate. Yeah, just...
Right,
let's... No, you sound beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Cheers, mate. All right, let's do this then. Here we go. Hey, that was a bit sad, wasn't it? Let's give him some boost. And he's on.
I was wondering what I did wrong. It sounded very soppy, that song.
That was the Leaving Goodison Part one where you meant to cry to that one. I don't know why I put the wrong.
Actually, to be fair, I'm jubilant you lot have gone from Goodison Part. My goodness me.
Oh, I know, I put the wrong one on there. That would have been emotional, wouldn't it? Everyone's thinking, what's going on? How about that for keeping you on your toes? But yes, we have got him on. Rich people, Crystal Palace fan, big smile on his face, no surprise, because let's get straight into it. Crystal Palace, how have you started this season and how are you feeling so far?
Feeling great, to be honest. It's so surreal being able to say we're the only unbeaten side in the league so far. It's even more surreal to say we're 19 games unbeaten. Obviously, that's going towards last season as well. Winning the FA Cup and the Community Shield in that too. There's no better time to be a Palace fan, and my goodness me, like I don't know what to do with myself. It feels so weird. Even like with tomorrow's game, we win, we go second. Like it's mental, you know. But no, things are great at the moment.
Do you know what I find mad? Like, I think I spoke to you a bit when we was talking about who could get relegated at one part of the season when you wasn't doing well. Not this season, a couple of seasons ago. And you'd later on, you lost Sahar, then you'd lost Elise, and then obviously you've just lost Eze now. But did you think that you'd start the season this strong? Because you've lost a lot of players. For me, I didn't, no disrespect to Crystal Palace, I didn't think you bounced back like you did after losing players and win the cups that you did. And I didn't expect this start to the season. Did you expect it?
Not to that extent. You know, losing Michael Elise, like you can see what he's doing for Bayern Munich. He's such a good player, you know. But what Oliver Glasner's showed me throughout the season is that it's the system, not the players. You know, so he's rotated at times. He's brought other players in, and we just keep kicking on. Look, we lost Ebbs this summer, and it's not that we don't miss him, because trust me, I'm a massive Ebbs fan. You know, but the way we're playing is like, thanks for your service, Ebbs. Like we're moving on now. Like it's unbelievable. So it's all credit to Glasner.
Look at that comment.
And Emma, you are right. I'm going to talk about this. I am not the brag a bit, but the bogey team bit. I'm not 100% confident about tomorrow's game.
It's going to be interesting to talk about us, but I mean, the big topic is I think I'm starting to fall in love with Crystal Palace just for a little bit because you're the only team that's spanking our rival team. You know what I mean? You beat them in the cup, which I just loved. Honestly, when you beat them in the cup, it made me so happy because I did not want them to win that, especially when there was going to win the league as well. So the fact you put a bit of a dampener on winning the league, and they went from talking about winning the quadruple to the treble to only winning the league because you sorted them out. So that was fantastic. You're beating them in the cup, and then you're just going to beat them this season as well. What is it? What's the recipe? What do you do to? You seem to thrive on this game.
Honestly, I think Glasner just said, "Listen, don't fear anyone." Like he's just adopted the mentality of go and win every game, you know. But it all starts from a defensive solidity that we've had. In obviously Dean Henderson in goal, but the back three of Richards, Gahey, and Lacroix have been unreal. To only concede 3 goals this year, you know, and even like we had 2 games at the back end of last season where we conceded 10 goals. That was to Man City at the Etihad and then Newcastle at St James's Park. And then from that moment on, our defensive solidity is what's kind of kicked us on and spurred us on. And it's carried over to this season. So, yeah, hopefully we keep that as well. I think we've had quite a few clean sheets this season already as it stands, you know, and that kind of is the basis for us to then kick on when we go forward with the ball.
I can remember me and Paul wanting that formation with the 3 centre-backs, with the full-backs. And we've tried it a couple of times, but I can't think of a team, even when I look out to the Premier League, a team that plays that formation better than what you play it. It really is the formation for you, isn't it? It's
brilliant. And like I'm scared to think that, let's just say Glasner decides not to sign a new deal when he moves on. Another manager might want to play back like 4 at the back. We're very used to this 3 at the back system. It really works for us, you know. And the key thing I think as well with our system is naturally when you've got 3 attackers, you have 2 of them wide, but we have them very close to Mateta, you know, and that allows Munoz and Mitchell to do that. So they've got a lot of work to do, but they do it very well. And Mateta is able to then link play with our 2-10s as well as our midfielders. So effectively, we attack with 5 players constantly, you know, and it works. And long may it continue.
Paul, we was talking about that, weren't we? The formation. We didn't never seem to master that, did we? I think when we played it, I think with what you just said, Rich, you've got to be all in on that formation, haven't you? We half-heartedly press with that formation with the wing backs, and it's a formation where if you don't, you've got a back 5, and if you do, you're attacking with the 5. Like you've just said, you've got to be attacking with a 5. Otherwise, you end up with a back 5, and it can be a real bad formation. That's how we used to do it, wasn't it, Paul, on that one?
Yeah, but we didn't. Mateta's strong. Do you know what I mean? He holds that line really well, and you've got a couple of good ballers there as well. We never really had that to a point. We never were able to make anything stick, and any chances we created, we didn't finish. So it was sort of a no-go, really. But you're doing great. Obviously, thanks a lot for shutting them up across the road. But hopefully, our little hoodoo on you. Or is it one defeat in the last 21 or something like that, is it? 21 league games, 1 defeat for us. So we'll see. Hill Dickinson's whole new ball game. No, it's not. It's brilliant. So, I mean, pundits would have us sort of believe that you're the favourites tomorrow, in fact, you know. So you're going for your record and everything else. But that's what we do, Dan, isn't it? Anyone who's on a good run, we tend to play them and upset the apple cart a little bit.
Well, when our last game, the fact the team we was playing so bad and that they couldn't win a game, I had a feeling we'd struggle with that. We always do. We are charity FC sometimes. I tell you, if a player needs his first goal, we'll let him get the first goal. If a player's never scored before, we let them score. If a team hasn't won in 10 games, we let them win. But we do like breaking records as well. And I think Everton are good at playing teams in form. So I do like this fixture. One more thing that I was going to say, because I was thinking of a little bullet points in my head before we got into it. I'm really, really happy that you didn't sell your centre-back. So I just wanted to ask you on that as a Crystal Palace fan, because I'm interested on what you're thinking now, because the team that he was going to was a crap team. So I'm glad you didn't let him go. And obviously he's massive to you doing well. I mean, we just spoke about your formation. I think you take him away. He is key for you, isn't he? What you thinking on that subject now? Because he was going to go, but he didn't, did he, last minute?
Yeah, so it was a long, dragged out summer for us, by the way, because we also then had to deal with the whole UEFA Conference League versus Europa League stuff as well as the transfers. Look, we went into the summer expecting Mark and Eze to go. Those were the two that we expected to go. We set our price up to Liverpool and said, listen, 45 million, that's our price, or a 40 plus 5. Either way, we want to get to the 45 million mark. They went for 30 because obviously they knew he had 1 year left on his deal. After the Community Shield, Steve Parish makes a big mistake, goes live and says publicly, we can't afford to let him go on a free. So Liverpool are thinking, okay, they're going to have to sell him no matter what. So now there's no urgency from Liverpool, you know. So they put their bid in, 2 days before the window ended, and we couldn't get a replacement in. Granted, Steve Parish tried to do a madness and get Igor Julio from Brighton on loan on transfer deadline day. He turned around and said he's not signing for us. I think Glasner said he's not going to play. So he went off to West Ham. And because of that, we had to just pull the plug on the Mark transfer. The rumours that Glasner said he was going to leave were not true. Those were not true. He just asked Parish, he said, Parish, we can't let him go now. We've got no replacement. And yes, we're going to lose 35 million, but he's worth more than that. I'm sorry. It's better we keep him for the season.
I was gutted for you, because I know that he's worth like 80 million. I was thinking, do you know what? I really do hope that he signs a new contract for you. I really do.
He's not.
He's not going to. I just really hope he does. Just to know, if he loves Crystal Palace that much, even if you want to leave, get Crystal Palace to agree that they'll sell you. If that's what you want to do, leave. But just sign a contract where Crystal Palace can make a bit of money on you. I just think that sometimes with players. I hate it when players run contracts out because the football club's paid them for that long, gave them a decent wage and stuff like that. With him, they've massively made a name for him and they've got him in the England team and everything. I think he could just probably give the football club back, but we don't see that, do we? It's not gonna happen. I feel sad for you on that one. Did it says in the comments there? Did his goodbye video come out? Did it get leaked?
Yeah, it did get leaked.
I didn't see that.
Initially, we thought it was fake, but then like reports started saying no, like because he had his medical, everything was literally done. Like it was just a deal sheet, but obviously we couldn't sign off the deal sheet because we didn't have a replacement in him. So it literally was down to the last bits. He was effectively a Liverpool player.
Real Madrid now. Real Madrid, if you're listening on this, we want him.
Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, AC Milan, anyone.
Anyone but them, please get him to Real Madrid or Barca. Anyone, just mess that up, mess that idea up. You never know what's going to happen on that one. Right, so we spoke a bit about Crystal Palace. Obviously, you're smashing it. You've got the record going, which is incredible, I think. I wish we had that record. But we're not doing too bad. Paul, talk to me on Everton. What's your thoughts on us? How are we doing this season?
Depends which month it is, I suppose. I mean, we've not won for the 3 games or 4 games, but we drew 2 of them. So we're not even what turns up for the game; it's what turns up for each half. Our problem is having a striker who can score a goal. Is the big thing. We've got very creative players, one of which is suspended for tomorrow in Dewsbury Hall, who the BGMOL have said that 2 of his bookings were mistakes. So sorry about that. But they don't change anything. You know, he's still going to be suspended for it. Stuff like that. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? So we've got a couple of decisions to make on who comes in and if anything changes. But the way Moyes speaks, I think it's all going to be fairly standard. He sees Beto as being being the main guy up front because he's got more experience, and Barry's young kid and doesn't need to come in. So our worry sort of for Everton fans is: are we going to see the half of football where we gave it back to West Ham, or are we going to see one of the better halves that we've had, where we can actually put it on a plate for someone to put it in the net? That's our biggest problem.
Yeah, we are at the minute. We're not. Well, we can get the lead, but we don't. After we get the lead, we seem to want to hold on to it instead of kill teams off, and that is our big problem at the minute. We've signed Barry, a young striker. I did say before we signed Barry, I watched him a lot, and he was a bit clumsy in front of goal for me. But he was a young lad that's got plenty of time to improve, and I'm sure he will do that. We haven't got time. Moyes, this was mad. It might just be me as a fan. Tell me what you two think. Moyes in the press conference, he was talking about Barry and saying we knew he's going to take time, but we don't mind that. And he said, "I'm in no rush for the strikers for Barry to play well, basically." And I was like, "Well, I am. I'm in a rush for him to score goals and play well. How can you not be in a rush when we need Barry or Beto to step up now and start scoring the goals?" That triggered me a little bit. That did when he says like he might just take the pressure off Barry. I don't know, but.
Yeah, I mean the thing is we're doing better than we did this time last season. You know what I mean? We're mid-table. If we do get a win tomorrow, then we can. Where are we? Can we go 6th, 7th? You know, and that's after we played 7 games, and I think everyone would have been fairly happy. It's a progression, isn't it? It's just that we know we can do better. So if we're middle diddle at this early point, and we could have, with a few better halves of football, could have been a good 6 or 7 points further on, I suppose, as Palace have been doing. We've got something to aim for. So we're okay, but we could have done better. Is the current scenario.
We are still unbeaten at home. Maybe because we've got these new players now, we've set the bar higher. I have. I know I have. What's your thoughts on us, Rich? We've got a few new players in. Are we being ungrateful and actually started decent and we want too much? Or
I wouldn't say ungrateful. I think you've had a decent start, but I guess there are games in there where you should have taken all 3. You know, and I guess from a fan point of view, it's just kind of like the frustration of it. Like you've had a good start, and I think you know what we're kind of similar. Like we had a goal disallowed against Chelsea, which should have stood. And then Sunderland's goalkeeper decides to turn into like Alisson, you know, and we drew 0-0 in that game. So we could have had about 3 or 4 more points ourselves, you know. And it's obviously it's the Premier League, it's the nature of the beast, you know. I guess the one thing you got to say is you're not losing too many. You know, you got to take that as a plus. Granted, you would have turned those draws into wins. You know, I think for both our sides, a couple of years ago, we're both fighting at the wrong end of the table.
Yeah.
You know, so we have both progressed, you know, over the years, and it will tell tomorrow because it will be a tough fixture.
Yeah, I'm just sort of throwing up how we've been getting on recently, and you know, to say it's slightly frustrating if you sort of look at that section. It's not the best. Wolves was disappointing. In the cup, you know, especially after us doing so well in there at in the league game. But looking back, you know, they're the games, just frustrations all over. You know, a better first half against Liverpool, we could easily have got something from that game. West Ham again, we just kind of gave it to them. If I kind of have a little scroll down to yours, there's certainly more green going on there. That's for certain. What was it like? What was it like on where are we? Thursday.
Yeah, we did a watch along here. Comfortable performance, to be honest. Comfortable performance. One of our lads' dad was out there, so we released a vlog on yesterday. But what I was happy about with Thursday's game is we didn't exert ourselves too bad, and Glasgow was able to make quite a few changes as well. You know, so Mateta only played 45 minutes. I think Ismail Assar played 20 or 30. So our players will be rested, which is good.
It's good. It's good. Like when you're on top of it. Sometimes when you're on top, everything goes well. It's like when someone scores a score of brace. I think when you've got that confidence, things just get even better. But it's so hard to keep that form that you've got in the Premier League, that you've got in the actual cup against Millwall, to get the result that you did, and actually play well in the Europa League conference as well. You're doing well in all competitions at the minute, and like you say, he's bringing players off at the time he wants. Everything's going for you, isn't it? Because to do that, to bring the players off when you want, you need the result to be going your way, don't you? I mean, we got it wrong in the cup. We started with a weaker team and then brought a better players on second off. They just couldn't get us back into the game. We probably should have started with a stronger team. But is that what you've done? And you started with a weaker team and then brought your stronger players on, or you started with your strongest?
Nah, we've been crying for rotation. Glasner don't do it.
No,
he's trying to kill teams off in 60 minutes, then make his changes if need be. You know, and now that we've seen it successful, no one's complaining anymore. But like last season, we're like, make changes. We're gonna get tired. They're gonna get injuries and stuff. And he's just winning games, and not losing. So now we've got to respect it. And I think tomorrow's game, not only have we obviously rested players, there's the international break straight after. So I think he's gonna go for it tomorrow. As much as I'm still nervous, I think this is one of the games where, similar to like Liverpool's first half, I think he's going to have that sort of mindset, go at their throats.
Well, you wouldn't want to lose that streak that you've got going into the international break. You'd love to keep that unbeaten record that you've got in the Premier League going into the international break, because I still think you'll play well after it. But once you kill it off, you know what it's like as a team. If you keep that record going, you are trying to keep it.
Yeah.
It's like when a team tries to keep a clean sheet. That's what you're doing. You want to go as far as you can into the season unbeaten, and you've beat everyone else in doing it, but you've got to try and keep it going now. That's what you want to do. Can Everton stop them? We will see. Right, people, what we want you to do is we want you to get the Everton lineup that you want in the comments. If you're a Crystal Palace fan listening, get your Crystal Palace lineup that you want in the comments right now. What we're going to do is we're going to put Richard on his lineup that he wants. Then we're going to put mine and Paul's on. And then we'll go through yours, and then we'll finish the show with score predictions, as we always do. You do seem to like the way we go about things, people. So let's get Rich's lineup. Should have it here. Yeah, there it is.
Hopefully it's the same as Liverpool, because that's the exact team I'll play.
There we go.
Spot on. No change.
So that's your lineup. Is that what you've been playing all the time?
Yeah. Sarr and Wharton have had like injuries, so they've just come back as well. But this is how we lined up against Liverpool. I want this exact same team.
See, I have watched quite a few Crystal Palace games. I do love watching all my football, to be fair. And one thing I did notice is Kamada wasn't getting in that much, was he? He was a bit of a fringe player, but he's come in now and he's solid for you, isn't he? In fact, he's as good as Warrington. I know Warrington's insane. No one will be as good as him, but he hasn't been the weakling, has he, Kamada? He's been cracking. He has not.
The turning point was last season. He got sent off against Fulham at home, and he got a barrage of like booze and abuse and stuff like that. Like, obviously, abuse is not warranted, but then he came back from that 3-month suspension, and literally from that moment on, he was a mainstay. And this we've just voted him Player of the Month as well for this month. September just gone, because he's been sensational for us this season.
Two cracking wing backs. Munoz, he's fantastic. He's like a winger. He is basically. He's rapid, and he always does get his shots in when I've watched him. Mitchell, he's one that I never thought was majorly good, but he's always good. It's weird, isn't it? I don't see him as a majorly attacking wing back, but he is. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fullback, and Glasner's turning him into a wing back. Like his forward output's improving game by game. I don't know if you saw his goal against West Ham. Unreal finish with his weaker foot. And you know what? Just on this note, and I'm sure you're going to share this sentiment. Thomas Tuchel is a disgrace, by the way. Now, on a selfish Palace fan basis, I'm happy Wharton's not being picked, because it means he could stay injury-free. potentially. But to not have Wharton or Grealish is a joke. It's a disgrace. And this is why England don't become successful, because they're not brave and they're not bold enough. It's embarrassing.
Seems to have some sort of agenda, doesn't he, Tuchel? He has his favourite teams and stuff. He's certainly. I don't particularly think Palace or Everton are two of the favourite teams. To be fair, because I think I could easily see Gay, and I know Branthwaite's injured at the moment, but I could see them two being a fair pair at centre back for England in the future. Honest to God, and there are plenty of other players who could go in that squad that haven't been suggested.
And just on that note, talking about Palace and Everton, do you think that Henderson displaces Pickford for England? Because they're both brilliant, by the way. This is a big headache for Tuchel. Look, Pickford's the number one, and he's got to hold his place until he doesn't have it no more. And he's deserved that. He's brilliant for England. But Dean Henderson has had like some outstanding games. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
You know what? I know you're on our channel and you're a guest, but we can have a crash on this. Do not worry. Say what you think. Don't lick Pickford's arse. If you think Pickford's better than Henderson, I think
Pickford for England's done nothing wrong.
No.
Now, Pickford for club level, I think I might edge Henderson for Palace as opposed to Pickford for Everton. But Pickford for England has been superb.
What I will say on it is I will say Pickford's better than Henderson. I think Henderson's been fantastic for you. And I think he is decent, but I don't know if he perform as good for. This is the thing what I say about Pickford. What you've got to remember with Jordan Pickford, right, is when Everton was crap a couple of years ago, well, it was really crap then, a lot of people hated Jordan Pickford. A lot of teams hated him. So when Jordan Pickford had that spot for England, he had so many people wanting him to fail. I've probably never known so much pressure on a player in a position. And I think Pickford to come through that and do what he did. I mean, you've got to remember against Italy, Pickford saved 2 penalties and England still lost the penalty shootout under that sort of pressure. And when I was watching England against Italy, I was thinking people are waiting for Pickford. If Pickford makes a mistake to lose the penalty shootout, people will be sending him death threats. And he didn't. He rose to the occasion. So what I would say is Pickford is just insane. He's another level. You spoke about Liverpool's goalkeeper. I think Pickford's as good as him. I really do. I've watched Alisson make a lot of mistakes this season. But I think Pickford's insane. But Henderson, I've got to give it to you. He's on form. Whether it stays or not, I don't know. But he is good as well. He is smashing it. It's good competition, like you say.
Yeah, and like I said, just to reiterate, like Pickford for England, it's his place to lose because he has been that good to them, to be fair.
It is two good goalkeepers going at it. It's funny that used to be the other goalkeeper, Ramsdale, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, and I think that's the bit that pisses Everton fans off, is that a lot of pundits will say, "Oh, well, Pickford hasn't let England down," and then they give a case for another goalkeeper, whoever it be. But then they slate him for how he's been with us. You can tell they've never watched us because he's still one of, if not our best player. The number of times that he saved is ridiculous. So I can see Anderson. Anderson's definitely the better one out of the ones who are trying to push Pickford. But like you say, until Pickford lets England down, there's absolutely no reason to change. And I think that would be a lot of Everton fans don't like Tuchel anyway, but that would be the absolute nail in his coffin from us if he dropped Pickford.
Fair enough.
For no reason, you know.
I want like Billy's boot. I've just saw that. I was like, if he has a clanger tomorrow now.
Yeah, I can't wait. All I'm thinking about, I remember, like I said, I mentioned Ramsdale. He had one good season. Everyone wanted him in.
Ridiculous.
Let's see if Henderson keeps up. I'd definitely get the long throws on Henderson just to put Rich on the spot tomorrow with the wind and get Henderson flapping tomorrow. That would be interesting. One more player I did want to talk about, and we was linked to this player, and I really did rate him, and I did want him at Everton when we was linked to him. This was 2 seasons ago. Saar, I think he's really good for you. Really good player, you know, good attacking, wicked shot on him fast. And he's been dangerous, I think, because he's like a striker behind your striker at times, isn't he? He's really good.
Yeah, he's been sensational for us because, I mean, he came in with a lot of pressure because that was just after we sold Michael Elise. You know, and it was like, oh, it's Baylor Saar his replacement. My goodness, he's done nothing wrong. Yes. If you're talking about big game player, that's him. You know, that game against Villa in the FA Cup semi-final, he literally just won that game on his own for us. You know, he was fantastic, and he has been for us. He tends to struggle a bit with a low block, and I think that's what Glasner's trying to teach him now, how to make more clever runs and stuff. But in the transition, him and Munoz are the big threats in the transition. So hopefully we lure you into like have a lot of possession, get like your back line further up the field, obviously Keane and Tarkovsky. And I think if we could get in behind them with the pace, I think that's where our joy will come.
What's the weakness actually? What should we be looking to do if we're going to be tomorrow?
I would say low block us. I would say low. I don't think we can break down a low block just yet. I think we're so used to that mid block and quick transition sort of thing that we've not mastered having possession, basically. You know, so I think if you were to give us possession, that might work in your favor. Then can you break on us? You know.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I do think if you attack you, you've got the fast players to counter attack, and if you attack you on the wings, you do stop wingers because you've got the double up all the time. So sometimes I think because if you attack that team now, if you look at that team on paper, say you're bombing it, you're attacking, you're putting numbers up, Everton are, you're solid. But if you can get Munoz out of position bombing forward, which he likes to do, and you can get Mitchell out of position, then I feel you can get you. Do you know what I mean? So I get where you're coming from. You invite you on, and then probably get you whilst your wing backs are bombing it forward. That could be the way for us. Now, I'm going to put our team on now. Here we go, the famous EFC. I don't know why they didn't have a picture for Alcaraz on this. I felt really like wanted to cry for Alcaraz there. They haven't got a picture for him. Why? He's played for Southampton.
He's a looker, is Alcaraz. I've absolutely no idea why he wouldn't have something.
I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. I thought, is it him? And I thought, Argentine, that position. Yeah, that is Alcaraz. I can't believe it. Shocking. Lineup builder, mate. Give him a picture at least. Like I say, good looker, and he's a good player, I think, as well. Paul, talk to me on us, and then obviously we'll get Rich to talk about our team as well.
Well, generally,
this is your lineup, Paul.
Well, it is really. I mean, throw it on me if you like that. But there's not too much. There's not too much choice as such. You know, Grealish and I are going to be left and right. Garner centre mids. Moyes doesn't look as though he's going to change any of that unless there's an injury to one of them. Back four is going to stay the same until Branthwaite comes back. So your big talking point or choice, apart from Beto Barry, is going to be who comes in because Dewsbury Hall's suspended. So it's one of two things. Either someone moves into sort of the central number 10, whether that be Grealish or Ndai, and then you bring someone on the wing, or Alcaraz comes in the centre. And I trust Moyes to do most right things, and we'll see what he goes with tomorrow. But I'd be surprised if he started Dibbling, for example, which would be one choice, because I'd like to see him get on the ball and have a go. But I just don't see Moyes picking Dibbling ahead of Alcaraz, who would be in that centre. I think he'd rather go for someone maybe a bit more solid and bring Dibbling on later on, you know, to maybe have a go at the likes of Mitchell or whoever at the back. But I would imagine that's what it would be, because Alcaraz and Beto played together before, rightly or wrongly.
People on the thingy, we are going to get your lineups on. Paul, why did you put Beto in?
Because you like him.
I gotta say this is Paul's team. People think it's mine because well, I
put Beto in simply because of what Moyes said press conference. It was almost like he was setting it up for that fact, you know.
On our match reaction though, I was fuming with Beto, so he's on the drop for me after last game. But then I don't know. I'm not sure on Barry. That's the thing.
They both could be though. They both, you know.
Yeah, they both could be dropped.
Every week it seems to be. Oh, we can't start Beto, so we start Barry, and then after Barry has an hour, it's like, oh well, we can't start Barry. We'll have to have Beto, and we're just like that until either one of them actually kicks into gear and hits the ball hard enough to, you know, on target to score a goal, or something else changes, and that's unlikely because we don't really have another striker.
See,
so that's what it's going to be.
I don't know if you've seen it on X. I put the suggestion that Alcaraz has played up front before. He's a bit like Tim Cahill. And I said, play Alcaraz up front. And I think it got 1,000 likes or something like 1,100 likes. And a lot of people said Alcaraz up front, they wouldn't be against it. Now, the reason I say this, look at that screen now. You put Alcaraz up front there. We've got Tyler Diblin, who we really want to play as well. We can move and join into the number 10 and play Tyler Diblin on the right. And I really do like that attacking wise if the strikers aren't kicking, because Alcaraz hasn't been getting a game and he was cracking last season. So he's going to be chomping at the bit to play. And Alcaraz is strong. He scores headers. He's better with his feet. So I don't think we need to be sentimental. If Beto isn't doing it and Barry isn't doing it, give Alcaraz that position and see what he does. I would do that. I wanted someone to ask David Moyes in the press whether he'd do that. I don't think he would, because Moyes, he doesn't try the unknown. But I just think if you had Alcaraz in as the striker there, and you had Njai in the 10, who would be dangerous in the 10, and Diblin on the right, that would probably excite me more. I don't know what people think on that. What do you think on that, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of mixing up a little bit, because I think the side's just going to be fairly settled, and I'd like to see Diblin have a go, but I just don't think Moyes will do it. To be honest, we're kind of in we haven't won for 4 games, so is it the cautious side? You know, is it going to be a case of snatching a win like we used to do instead of going gung-ho? So either way, we've got to find another way of creating a chance that doesn't include Beto. We've got to play around him, if anything, and not even look for him. Actually, teach him to move around the area to create a little bit of space, but play around him, because we have got the players to create a chance. But as soon as it gets into the area and we're looking for a striker, that's when it falls apart. Gale have a good old battle. You know, the centre backs for Palace will have a good old battle with Beto, but they won't be worried about his touch. You know,
a few people in the comments have said they're worried about the overload on Crystal Palace's wing backs, and our fullbacks ain't going to be able to handle them. I've put both of them on the screen there. Rich, talk to me. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, it is going to be an overload.
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, Mitchell and especially Munoz are going to be bombing forward. You know, so effectively Mikalenko and O'Brien will be tasked to deal with them, especially if Ndiaye and/or Grealish don't track back. Now, I'm not expecting that from them. I would expect them to track back. Obviously, you don't want to be outnumbered, but especially when Tyreek Mitchell's a bit more conservative, he will pick and choose the moments. Daniel Munoz will just do this all day, like all game. You know,
have you had it where? Because I think Grealish has got a really good thing about he wins the battle and gets the winger tracking back more than what they're actually bombing it forward past him, because Grealish doesn't lose the ball. Have you had it where wingers are that good that they actually get your fullbacks more defensive than actually being able to bomb forward, and you're thinking they can't get forward? Have you had that situation?
No, because we played with 3 at the back, all we then do is make the right centre back just take up Grealish. Glasgow wants our fullbacks high to make the opposition wingers drop back. So he will take the risk knowing that there's 3 centre backs there.
Oh, that's like I said, you've got to be all in that formation, and he does seem to be. This is going to be interesting. This is people. I mean, that's our team. What do you think? We've brought in Diblin. We brought in Jack Grealish. I think I still can't believe. I'm still pinching myself. We've got him. We have signed another centre midfielder, but he's injured. Merlin. He looks really good as well. What's your thoughts? Do you think we're better?
You seem a lot more balanced. Because beforehand you had like maybe a McNeil and a Snodgrass. You know, I mean, I am glad McNeil's not played because he scored 2 beauties against us last season. So
yeah.
But and I think he's going to be the biggest threat, especially pace wise and trickery. But then Grealish is his IQ, his brain, his eye for a pass that not many see is really, really good. It'll be interesting to see because obviously when we played last season at Goodison, Ndiaye played on the left and he was very good. So it'll be interesting to see how we navigate defending against him whilst he's on the right. And Tyreek Mitchell has a very decent record 1v1 with wingers. So that's his better side of the game. I think Ndiaye would have had more joy against Munoz, personally.
Everyone we've played recently is doubled up on Grealish. So your guys who are going to be, is it going to be, who did we have? Throw theirs on again, Dan. Who's Grealish going to be up against?
So probably like it'll probably be Munoz and Richards will do the double up, or Munoz will stay high and Wharton will come across.
Fair dues.
And do it that way.
Yeah, because I think Jack's been a bit stifled. I think, not having a target in the box that we can find. We get to the edge of the 18-yard box and it stops. And Mikolenko either has been told or not to do it, or he's not actually doing it where there's an overlap to give Grealish a chance to go inside. So everything absolutely slows down. So that would be something that we'll be trying to improve on. So Richards will have to sort of look out, really. But if we don't try anything new, then he might not have any bother.
Bit gutted we ain't got Dewsbury in this game because I think Dewsbury's been fantastic for us in that number 10 position. And for the Premier League to admit that their both decisions was wrong, he shouldn't have got. The Premier League said he shouldn't have got a yellow card for taking the free kick too early, which is
that decision was mad,
wasn't it?
Do you know what though? It's just an Everton thing because normally you'd say fair enough, or you wouldn't say fair enough because I still think it's ridiculous. But you'd say it hasn't cost him, but then the next game he gets a card again, which wasn't even a free kick as well. So it's an Everton thing that 2 of them, he's actually got to miss a game for it. Now you can take bad referee decisions. We can't because we all moan about it. But to be 2 wrong decisions from the referee, and to top that off after that, him having to miss a game. What the heck are the Premier League doing? They should just go back and they go back if someone's headbutted someone or see something. They should just go back on that and just. I don't think no one's going to moan because like you've just come on now and said that's the most ridiculous thing you've seen him getting a card for that. I think if the Premier League come out and said we're not giving him a ban, we're going to put him on 4 yellow cards. I don't think no one would be moaning or complaining about that. He should be playing, but we've got to be dealing with it. But
the only losers from that mistake are Everton.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, the be accountable for other stuff. Like you do anything else wrong, the Premier League smack you down on it. But when the actual Premier League make a mistake, they just get away with it, don't they? Well, it doesn't set a good example, does it? Right. What have we got? Lineups in the comments, and then we'll do the big predictions.
Cool. Yeah, we've got plenty. I'll tell. We'd throw in Coleman. He'd drop O'Brien and put Coleman in. Everything pretty much the same as we said. However, you'd have James Garner as the 2 in the middle. You'd have Alcaraz and Grealish and Ndiaye. Hang on, we've got an extra man on here.
Is that 12?
12.
You know what I thought?
We might need it.
I'm game for playing golf.
We might need it, Sal.
Yeah,
we might need it. But it looks as though he'd drop O'Brien and put Coleman in. I think that's going off the back of O'Brien against West Ham and Somerville ripping him a few times.
I do like that though. O'Brien's not playing well. I'm bringing 2 players on. That's a good tactic.
Yeah,
I like that. That's
be about the same height as well, maybe. You know. Doyley has gone usual back 4. Garner middle, Grealish on the left, and Dye right. Dibbling as the number 10 with Barry in front of him. Interesting.
We've not said nothing on this, but I just want to say this right now. Do you remember where O'Brien came from? I can see a sneaky goal from O'Brien against his ex-club. You know what I mean? Don't forget. Some people won't remember this. I know they think of the team that we got him from, Leon, but he's a crystal player.
He was one of our boys, yeah. We were gutted when he left. We were gutted.
I like him. I do like it. We're playing him out of positions. You can't moan at him too much. We're playing him right back, but he's doing a fantastic job there. He's a centre-back. I can't criticise him too much when he's playing out of position against some of the best wingers in the Premier League. I can't. You can't.
Should be should be centre-back, and Keane should be playing up front, I think. Yeah, seems to be scoring. Seems to be know where the goal is anyway. Nick has gone for usual back 4, usual middle. Dibbling will have a go on, I would imagine, the right, and Dye in the middle, Grealish on the left, Barry up front.
What do you think on Dibbling, Rich? Big money we paid on him.
Yeah, I think we had like loose links for him as well, but then obviously Southampton at the time were quoting at 50 million. So we walked away.
We got it lower in the end.
But he is a talent. Obviously,
we walked away. We walked away for a moment as well. Yeah. We kind of went. Obviously, he was like forget it then, and then we stood there for a little bit.
He was kind of like big fish in small pond, like Southampton. Now I think the step up's a bit big. I think Moyes is doing the right thing in trying to bed him in slowly.
Yeah, we've got that many players. It's so hard to get him in, which is crazy. He can play the number 10 as well. But I do think he'll be class. But it seems harsh leaving him out. Can't do it.
Nice to be a cast off. And coming right back. Saki Ghana. Skillyman looks as though he would be on the right. Alcaraz in the 10. And Jack Grealish on the left. And either Barry or Dibbling up front. Which is fair. Puts us in. Normal back 4, back 6, and Dye right. Interesting, I see. And Dye right. Barry middle. Grealish on the left. Beto up front. I'm thinking Beto to make runs from deep to score.
Going for Barry and Beto.
Alice defends. He might be running into about 5 defenders that doing that, so we'll have to see. We're ready to play Emma's emoji game. We have Rich. We have Emma, who is our stalwart, one of our angels, and this is her lineup. We always try and work out what it is based on the players. So, Pickford in goal, Peachy. Giraffe is O'Brien right back. Tarks for his ears. Keane, Clown Keane, alongside Mikalenko, because he got a head injury once. You've got, where are we? I suppose we're going Ndai, Elliman. I'd imagine that's on the right. Garner Gay and James Garner, ex-Red Devil, in the centre. I can't tell whether the drooling emoji goes with the legs.
I think the drooling emoji. I'm going to jump on this. I'm getting good at it. It's dibbling.
Dibbling could be. To be fair,
yeah.
Actually, then maybe that's Illiman on the left, then with Dibbling on the right, and then Jack the Carbs Grealish in the number 10, and then Barry Ireland up front.
Of course, yeah. I like that. That's good.
I am disappointed that Grealish's one wasn't like a tanker of beer or something.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Everyone's like hooked on his legs. Like his legs. I don't know how
it's
he's
ridiculous.
I tell you. He's an
Honestly,
absolute
God.
beast, isn't he? Quads, what quads he's
They
got.
can't get past it.
And like
Can't get
it's
past it.
Emma. She's looking at Pickford's peachy bum, and she's gonna be looking at Grealish's sexy quads. You know what I mean? This is the Everton word for you. They're getting the luxury.
Emma says he's changed.
Oh, fairs.
Rich.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hey, if we win something, maybe he hasn't.
No,
Maybe he's just thinking he'll have a year off. But we'll see. Roy is mentioning that not having a right back with pace is unforgivable. But I'd argue and say that O'Brien's as fast as Coleman. So who are you going to put there? Would be the question. So
do you know
that's what
though?
we are.
I'm going to jump on this though, Paul. O'Brien isn't slow. If someone does a long sprint speed, O'Brien can keep up.
No.
It's just that O'Brien's 6'6", and sometimes that he's got weavy players that have got low gravity that are catching him out.
I was about to ask him about that. Like, how has he coped with those types? Because that's what Yeremy Pino is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's hard for any player.
Quick feet, like Somerville. Yeah, Somerville for West Ham was quick feet. He would stop it and then he'd go again, and he caught O'Brien out with that a couple of times. If O'Brien can be tight to the player at first, then there's absolutely no problem. You know, he's big enough and strong enough and wise enough to win the challenge and bring the ball out. But it's when he's on the back foot, or it's an opportunity for the winger just to do quick feet, a little shuffle. But he's not played badly. It was just that he was ripped a couple of times against West Ham, and Somerville play well, and so people highlight it, and there you go. But I would say I'd like to think that he sort of watched that game back, learned from it, and then we'll see what happens. See what happens tomorrow. Scouts is saying Ndai 10, Dibbling on the right. Think it might happen. Could do. I'd be surprised, but could do.
It's one of them. I'm looking forward. Although I'm gutted Dewsbury all can't play, I'm interested to see if the player comes in, steps up, and it works. It's rubbish on the left, to be honest. And on what we just said as well, and Jai does track back a lot as well. You just mentioned your player is really skillful in the number 10 position, the Spanish lad that you've got, who I don't know much about. And Jai does track back. There he is. That's who you've got. Is he good then? Because I didn't know much about him.
He is.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about it? He could easily have about 3 or 4 goals. You know, he's just got to find his shooting boot, but everything else he does is really good. If you want the time to go check the Conference League game, his assist for the Nketiah's goal against Kiev. My God, the trick he did on the byline. Yeah, he's a talent.
So we've got 2 players that not just Saw that we've got to look out for. We've got to make sure we look out for him. So our centre midfielders in Garner and Garner Gay have got the hands full. This is going to be a hard game. It really is. Is that all the lineups we've got, Paul?
That's what we've got for lineup.
Right, people. This is the time of the show that I think you all want to get involved. So if you haven't got involved yet, please do so. If you can hit that like, let's come off the stream. It says plenty have clicked on. Let's come off with plenty of likes on the show. But it's that time of the day that you all like. So we do want you to get involved in the comments. I'm not going to put that sound on. Right, I really do like this man on the show, this Crystal Palace fan, but this is where I'm going to spark him out on the score result, people. Let's do this. This is the moment that we're going to go head-to-head, and we probably will clash unless he's an Everton fan below me. Get your score predictions in. What we do want is we want your score and we want your goal scorers as well, because we're that specific. You know how it works. Get involved in the comments. We'll put your scores on, and then we'll finish the show, people. I'm going to go for Paul first, then you, Rich, then me. That's the order I'm going to do this. I'm not going first. I'm going to see what you two say first.
Fair enough. Fair dues. Well, I tell you what, if Weathers tomorrow, like it was today, Christ Almighty, the ball might be blown around everywhere, so everyone might find it difficult. I'd like to think that we've learned a few lessons from West Ham. I think Palace are very good defensively. I think we'll maybe defend. We might end up defending a little bit deeper against the likes of Pacey Palace. So it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a lot of goals. Obviously now, Sod's law. But I'm going to say that we'd nick it. I'd say it'd be a scrappy game. Weather won't be great. I just think both teams will defend really well, and it'll end up being a set piece. And if it's on set pieces, I think we might edge it. So I'll go 1-0, and I'll go Keno. Michael Keane for the winner. I didn't know that was going to happen then. I just came in.
There you go.
So it must be true.
Paul with his Keno. You know what I mean? Keno. He loves the Michael Keane at the minute. Well, it could happen. He did score last game, people. It wouldn't surprise me. Right, Rich, what have you got for me then? Score and goal scorer.
I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. Mateta and Sarr for us. And I think Ndiaye will score against us. He tends to play well against us, to be honest.
That is Richard's score prediction 2-1. A lot of respect for us, to be fair. He's not giving us a batter in there. I've been going low on my score predictions because I've been wrong quite a lot. I've not been going mad. I've just been winning by 1 goal on my score predictions and getting it wrong. I am going to go 4-1 to Everton. And I've just looked at that Crystal Palace team and I think it's really good. I'm so happy that you beat the Shite. But sometimes a game can just be a good game for us. And I've got a feeling Ndiaye is going to be insane. Grealish is going to love this game. Alcaraz is chomping at the bit. I'm excited for this. So 4-1. I said O'Brien earlier on, so I've got to stick with it. A header against his old club. Look at Richie's face. Jack,
I'm trying to figure out of course.
Everyone's doing bad games sometimes. Just take it, right? 4-1.
Could have been bigger, Rich. It could have been bigger.
Never conceded a lot of goals, so I knew he was going to be looking at me like this. 4-1. Jake O'Brien is going to score a header. I think Alcaraz is going to score. He's not been getting much of a game. I think Grealish is going to score. He hasn't scored yet for us, but he's been assisting loads. And I'm going to go for who's going to be the striker. I'm going to go for Beto. Yeah. And your goal scorer, I think Sarr. And I know that's mad and people are laughing in the comments. Why can't Everton beat a team 4-1 when we've got good players now, right? Crystal Palace, they're unbeaten. They're smashing it. I hope they have a good season because I like Rich, but they're getting battered this game, people. They are. It's our home. It's our house. We're unbeaten. And this is going to be the bounce back game for us being shit in the last couple of games. 4-1. We're going to go 1-0 up and actually freaking go through with it and spank a team.
Your comments are killing me. They're so funny.
Yes. Yeah, but Rich Grealish is insane. Honestly, you're going to struggle with Jack Grealish. But Ndiaye, he balances the ball on his head. Alcaraz, I think he could be dangerous against you. I'm ready for this. And I'm ready for people to rip me tomorrow if I'm wrong. But I'm going to stick with me 4-1, people. What have we got in the comments?
Flip it down.
Do you know what though, Rich? Sometimes this happens, and some people are saying you was right. I say 4-1, it ends up 3-1, and people are like, "Oh, Dan, you wasn't far away. Your 4-1's going to come in." So get ready for this. Get ready, people. 4-1.
It could be. I'm tempted to go back in the archives and see when was the last time we won 4-0, but it's I'd be going back to
4-1.
4-1 even. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There's lots of scorelines, so I'll go through these, but yeah, put them in now if you haven't done already, and I'll mention them, and we'll see what the mood is. Carl's gone for 3-2 for us. We've had some belting 3-2s in the past. I think a lot of the scorelines are with both teams to score or not at all. So Emma's gone for Grealish. One of ours, and Keane will get the other one. Scouse has got us 2-1 as well, and Ndiaye Grealish with the 2 goals. Nick's been going for a few board draws recently.
It'd be a good result.
So, he's predicting another one there. Bry again, another 2-1 seems popular. Beto and Ndai are going to get those. Roy is in. He's gone 1-1 Barry. We've got 1 or 2 conservative result. Again, another 2-1. Eltel says 2-1. Beto brace.
That'd be nice. Confidence.
Could be. Yeah, meta for them. Doyley, he said 4-1. 5-2. 5-2. O'Brien, Barry, Grealish, Ndai, Garner.
Rich, you remember that game where Tarkowski got grabbed around the net by Mateta? That one where all the players were fighting. That was a feisty one, wasn't it? This could be feisty as well. There's a bit of rivalry.
Well, pride comes before a fall and all that. So
it will be friendly. It will be friendly.
Billy's gone hardcore Palace here. 3-0. Mateta has got 2, and Sarr will get another one. Carl says for his 3-2, Barry's going to get a brace, and Taka with a back post header.
We're confident. You're confident.
Very, very confident of Barry brace. Even I'm wobbling now on Barry.
I'm liking this.
Rod again, 2-1. Crichton assist. Gonna have to help me on that one. Garner and Garner. Then all right, Crichton assist. Garner and Garner. I don't care. 3 more points. Yeah, and we've got a 5-a-side competition going, Rich, where we've chosen out of our official squad. What is it? 1 defender, 2 midfield, 2 strikers. And Rod purposely went for the weakest of all of them, and he was the only one to score 2 points last week. So it's going well for him.
Yes.
Peter again, 2-1 seems the most popular thing. Beto and Ndai for a goal there. Pooter's gone with me 1-0. My dad's on. Tarks and Ndai 2-0. Hey, clean sheet.
Oh, yes, John, mate. Get in there.
He
wants it. He wants it. Yes.
He's recovering from a bad arm at the moment, so I'm not sure if the medication's too strong or not.
It's boosted him up.
Maybe it is. Yeah. Well, me and him are towards the bottom of this table, so maybe it'll help. And Danny's gone 1-1. Let me just go back in the comments. People who caught up. Well, my dad said actually, Dan, that you've been on the mushrooms with your score, so you can.
Do you know what? I didn't expect. I don't know why I didn't expect Rich's face when I said it, but yeah.
Peter said last time we won 4-0 was Wolves last season, which is a fair shout actually. What do you mean? What do you mean believes in Santa? What are you trying to say?
Santa's real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mattiom said, surely we could play Ndai because Barry isn't up to speed and Beto's not up to scratch. Now he's got to be the number 9. Rich actually says 3-2 for us. Matty said 1-1. Rich said Barry for the winner. Are you going to be there, Rich? Emma's asking.
As long as the trains don't get cancelled, because obviously I know the storms. Been a bit nasty,
you say that. I think they were getting cancelled going in, so I'll have to see tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Emma's sweet on you, so she can show you where the fan zone is. Where are we? One of our fans got kicked. Oh yeah, one of our fans didn't get kicked by Vieira. Did he get kicked by Vieira or did he kick Vieira?
Yeah, so
it was after the game.
The fan was right in his face, and Vieira kind of did like a little leg chop thing and just kicked him to the floor.
It was a little bit naughty, but we'll let that slide based on what happened. We score more than 3 calculators. Roy's in France, so he'll be looking forward to that. Pause is in. Here we go. This is the one I was looking for, to be fair. Because you think 4-1 or 5-2, but not our pause. 6-3. Barry with 2. Barry with 2. Grealish 2. O'Brien. And the obligatory Pickford penalty in the last minute.
Some of our big scorers have coming now.
3 points.
I got backed up by the big scorers as well.
There you
Yes,
go.
Paul backing me up. Mine looks a small score now, 4-1. He's gone 6.
Lots of, to be fair, a lot of respect for Palace, though. I think everyone kind of appreciate you being Liverpool 2 or 3 times recently, so that's fair.
We could do it again in the
I'm in trouble with me dad.
We could do it again in the Carabao Cup too.
Yeah, well, no. Yeah, you could do that.
Do you know what though? I've said with Crystal Palace, and I said with other teams now, it's so nice to see a team that they don't want win a trophy. The so-called Big Six and all that. Like, I think it's cracking that you did that. And it, for us now, it's like it gives us Everton fans positivity as well to say.
Absolutely.
It don't need to be written that you have the squad to win the trophy. This is why I say stay in cups, and I was fuming that we went out that cup because. No disrespect to Crystal Palace. I don't think a lot would have thought you would have won the cup, but if you can get yourself into that position of being in the final and your players won it, and you did deserve to win the final as well, you can do it. We've seen teams like Leicester. Oh no, Leicester win the league was mad, but we've seen teams do it, and you're smashing it. I'm gutted that you didn't. For you, that you didn't get. You got knocked down to the Europa League. Look how bad Forest are doing.
Oh, that was a joke. That was an absolute joke.
Yeah,
I'm quite enjoying their downfall, so I don't mind it.
You enjoyed it. I think you would have done well in that even higher one.
I think so.
But the thing that I will say is, Emma said in the comments, I do think you probably will win this one that you're in. You've got a good
incredible,
chance. That'd be good for you. What a time to be a Palace fan. People. We got him on. We know you love him. Of course, we got him on. We like to get you good content going. Where can they find you? I'm pretty sure a lot do know, but give yourself a plug, mate, before we end the show.
But thanks again for having us on. Eagle-eyed football, all Palace content. We are actually doing a watch along, even though 4 of us are making our way up to the ground. The 5th member will be doing a watch along. So go say hi. Go say hi to Nicky.
I'll be there giving him some grief. Don't worry, I'll put some
do it.
If we're winning, I'll go on. If we're losing, I won't comment on it at all. But whilst we're winning, I will get some comments on that watch along. So do get over there to people. Do subscribe on their channel as well. Every time we play them, we seem to get them on. So it's good to have their channel and our channel on. I can't wait for this game now.
We'll get you guys on the reverse fixture, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be game for coming on. We've been on a few times your show. This night before gets you excited now. I'm pumped for this game because they are a real good team, and I'm ready for Everton to be challenged because I think we're a good team now as well. People, tomorrow, a big game will be match reaction straight after the game. Hopefully, it's a good match reaction because I don't want to be moaning. I want to be smiling like Richie all the time.
Don't bring that drum.
It's a very nice feeling.
Oh, my cough come then. I want to be smiling. I started coughing. Maybe it's not meant to be. Right, people. That is the end of the show. Toffee Bluecast. Hit that like and subscribe. Share it on everything you've got. Let's get us to 3 million subscribers. I think we're only 2 off. I'm only joking. Let's get us to. That was good though, wasn't it? People thought we were big time. We're on 6,000. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers, people. Have a boss one, everyone. Up the Toffees. Battle Crystal Palace tomorrow, 4-1. And let me crop that up. See you later, everyone. Have a boss one.